This is Jeff from WT Futures, back again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at why on earth people are still trading Bitcoin rather than one of the best, most profitable pairs. And what you're looking at is the breakout screener running on a daily chart. So each of these columns down the bottom is a daily candle, and we can see the best performer and worst performer each day. And because this is running on a Bitcoin chart, we can also see Bitcoin's performance each day. So we can see today, that little red spike down there with that little dot, that's Bitcoin's performance, as opposed to CEL and CHZ. Uh, and every day, as you can see, Bitcoin's performance doesn't come close to the best performing pair every single day on every single time frame. That's pretty much how it works. Here we had a decent little move for Bitcoin. This was almost a 10% move, but on that same day, ETC had a 17% move. So there's always something better out there to trade than Bitcoin. And we're just going to have a look at today and see if you all agree that it's a little bit crazy the amount of money being spent trading Bitcoin for such a small return. In another window here, I'm looking at an FTX chart, and I can see that $1.92 billion has been spent so far today trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently averaging 2.2% per day. And if we have a look at Bitcoin's performance today, Bitcoin has moved 1.34%. Okay, 1.34%, 1.37%, to $1.92 billion been spent trying to profit from a 1.37% move. Now, considering commission is about zero point 0.1 to get in and zero point 0.1 to get out, you're talking about a 1.17% move to try and actually profit from. So talk about trying to get in and get out at the right time. You've got all these traders wondering why they're losing money, and they're trading Bitcoin, and it's simply not moving enough to be able to scalp, to be able to day trade, hodl away, buy all your Bitcoin, pop it on a Trezor, and come back next year. That's how you trade Bitcoin. You don't trade Bitcoin on a daily basis trying to profit from these tiny moves, because there is always something better out there. And the breakout screener is designed to show us the moves that we should be considering. So let's start with relative volume. Relative volume is the amount of volume we would expect in a day, which would be 100%. So in a perfect world, all pairs would hit 100% because that's their average volume. So when a pair like EOS here hits 431% relative volume, it's four times its usual daily volume, and because of that, it has a huge move. It's averaging 7.95% per day. That's enough of a reason to trade it rather than Bitcoin. But when it then gets a huge volume spike like this, suddenly we've seen a 16% move. Okay, so or four times the volume and twice the move. CHZ averaging 7% a day. It's received almost 200% of its relative volume, and CHZ is up 16.95% today. Okay, and let's have a quick look at these pairs. Let's have a look at, well, where are we? CHZ. So on the right, we have Bitcoin running on a daily chart. On the left here, we have CHZ running on a daily chart. And we can see the relative volume spikes down here. This indicator is showing us relative volume. We can see Bitcoin has achieved so far 79% of its daily volume. There's about an hour to go. Yep, about an hour to go till the end of the candle, the daily candle, and Bitcoin has not hit 100%. Okay, it should have hit 2.14%, but because its volume is so low, we've only hit 1.47%. We can see there on the daily, 1.47% we've moved. Whereas over here on CHZ, it has achieved 191% of its daily expected volume. Its average change is 7%, but because of this huge amount of excess volume flowing in, we've moved 16.8% today. Okay. Now this indicator down the bottom breaks this down a little further. This shows us the maximum potential move over the last fortnight. So if we had got in at the bottom, out at the top, in at the top, out at the bottom, if we'd ridden every single candle to its maximum possible percentage throughout the day, over the past fortnight, Bitcoin had about approximately 100% range. You could have made 100% on your money in the last 2 weeks trading Bitcoin if you had managed to get in at the perfect moment every day and ridden from the low to the high for a long or from the high to the low for a short. If you managed to do that, there was 100% that you could have made on Bitcoin. CHZ, 230%. Okay, 230% potential. It's double the opportunity. And today speaks for itself. Let's try a different pair over here. Let's have a look at CEL. CEL was the best performer today, currently down 24%. Okay, so we're trying to cover commission and make money here on Bitcoin on a 1.37% move. Okay, $1.92 billion spent trying to cover commission and make money on that move. And over here we have CEL, which should have moved 13.56%, but it has had a huge day and has moved 23%. You don't really have to worry about covering your zero point 0.2 commission when you're trying to profit within a 23% move, as much as you do over here on Bitcoin, where you're talking about a 1.3% move. Okay, so let's just have a quick look and see. This didn't all happen suddenly at the end of the day, by the way. These figures were in our face all day, and I'll give you an example with EOS. So EOS, relative volume, 432%. This just crept up all through the day, and with SHIB down the bottom here has only used 31% of its volume, EOS 433%. This is how we build our watch list. We look for the pairs with the best flow of volume, the best relative volume flowing in. And this is based on 2-week look back period. We get the average, and that's how we know what our target is, so that we know if we've broken it. So EOS 433%. Daily change today 15.45%. It's actually just pulling back a little bit now. Average change 7.86%. So again, these are the pairs. If any of these pairs start to receive a high level of volume, then instantly they become the pairs to focus on because they have the best potential. If Bitcoin gets 100% of its relative volume, you could expect approximately a 2% move. If EOS hits approximately 100% of its relative volume, you could expect a 7.8% move. Okay, so this is like the accelerator that's going to drive our average change. We give each pair a score, and we can see EOS is on top by quite a long margin, a score of 34. And interestingly, our squeeze scores are, oh, they're not the same, they are a little different. But this is volume and how it is squeezing against price to push price higher. So EOS still has the best squeeze of the day, followed by CHZ and CEL. And they were the 3 trades of the day. I wouldn't have worried about anything else at all today other than EOS, CHZ, and CEL. They have the best scores and the best squeeze scores. Breakout score is also very important, and EOS is on top with a breakout score of 22. This is a range of -50 to +50. So SAND has a strong negative breakout score, and EOS has the strongest positive breakout score. The market, these numbers in the middle here are so important. Look at that, the market relative volume, 86%. So we haven't hit 100% of our market volume today. The market's down 1.35%. Average change for the market, look at that, average changes for the market is 4.18%, Bitcoin 2.18%. Yet everyone's leaping at trading in Bitcoin every day. Amazing. Let's not worry about the scores. Breakout score for the market, -7. This is not good. Okay, we really need a score above 10 to show that the market is in a not even a strong uptrend, but just has the potential of moving higher. This is not looking good. As soon as this gets down to -10, then we're essentially in a breakdown situation for the whole market. So not good. EMA angle. So this is the tip of a 6 EMA, so a very fast EMA, and right on the tip of the EMA we can see that EOS has the strongest angle. In fact, only 3 pairs have a positive 6 EMA at the moment. EOS CHZ were two of the best performers today, and they're the 2 with the best 6 EMA. And CEL is our third performer, actually our best performer, number 1, and it also has an extremely strong, the strongest 6 EMA, which is 10% down, right on the tip of the EMA. It's facing down at an angle of 10%. VWAP, probably the most important factor of all, VWAP, market VWAP. So the market is currently traveling at 10% below the volume weighted average price. Okay, so people are currently paying on average across the top 40 pairs that this group is monitoring, the market is paying 10% less on average for any of the pairs. Okay, 10% market is trading below VWAP, below the volume weighted average price, as opposed to EOS, which is trading at 20% above VWAP, above its own VWAP. So people are paying right now a premium for EOS. They're paying 20% more than the average that people paid throughout the day today over the past 24 hours. And CHZ is the only other pair which is trading above its VWAP. Everything else is in the red, especially CEL down 44% below VWAP. So 25% down. The highest average change, strong scores for CEL, lowest 6 EMA angle, and the worst VWAP. Okay, so that's a quick little overview of the market. And again, maybe when we start building our watch list for the day, maybe we don't have to have Bitcoin on top to always be looking at trading Bitcoin. I really believe this is the biggest reason why so many crypto traders are losing money, because so many crypto traders are trading Bitcoin. My recommendation, I'm not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only, but I've got to say, consider trading some of these pairs which are pumping in their volume and have high scores, high breakout scores, positive 6 EMA, and are pushing strong on their VWAP rather than focusing on BWAP on Bitcoin. Okay, folks, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.